Your dad didn't until he had to, and you were talking about your girlfriend that is trying to find a happy medium, and then there are others, right, in different generations perhaps than you or I was big no, and that
Taboo.
is you don't need to know how much I've ever made. You don't need to know where I mean, it is just you keep that from the children and or family. It's been none ya, right? None ya business. How do you approach someone with that ingrained in them and say, "Hey, dad, hey, mom, it would be helpful for the children, your children, to understand a little bit about it." How do you approach that topic? Or you literally have a third party like yourself help that isn't so, it doesn't have 70, 80 years of history, if you will, from birth to current state, to kind of an objective third party to move this along or move this topic? Do you buy them your book? Do you send them to your website? Do you just say whatever financial advising services they are or they are not using, have the kids bring it up? How do you approach those topics?
And that's a great question because some people will say, my parents will not discuss it. So I have suggested, hey, why don't you just tell them you read my book and you thought it was really interesting and that they should read it. What do they think? And then leave it, right? They may or may not read it. You know, you can, and a lot of times it's not always about, I mean, sometimes it might be about, do we need to, maybe you have accumulate your parents, do you think they've accumulated significant assets? We need to make sure that their, wishes are up to date, right? That their beneficiaries are named. Maybe they got divorced and they still have their ex on the paperwork and he got remarried and, that's a mess. So it is important to update beneficiaries. It is important to have that conversation no matter what. And I would make it more about, what maybe tell a story. Tell a story about your friend whose mom has just gone through this and things were not in order and the kids are fighting and oh my gosh, mom, I don't want that to happen. Please tell me what it is that you want, right? Like what is your desire? What is your desire with, your assets? My sister just said to my mom like last week, she said, "Mom, I don't want to fight about this when you're gone." She goes, "Will you please go through your jewelry box and write down who gets what? I don't want to fight with anybody about this. Like, just wanted to be clear of your intention." You know, can that backfire on you? Sure. But it's best to have, some involvement in it.